ProActor just redefined what an AI teammate actually means. It doesn't wait for commands. It thinks for you, in real time. Meanwhile, Meta is throwing $100 million offers at OpenAI engineers and still getting rejected. Over in China, a live streamer's AI clone just pulled off a 6-hour broadcast, sold millions worth of products, and completely crushed his own real-life numbers. And topping it off, a mysterious video model named Kangaroo just revealed itself as Miniax's Haluo02, ranking above Google's VO3 and putting out 1080 pixel clips that look like they belong in a movie trailer. This week, AI didn't just make progress. It took over the meeting room, the job market, the shopping cart, and now your screen. Let's get into it. So first up, ProActor. The team behind it is pitching it as the world's first proactive AI agent, and they're not shy about the claim. The whole premise is that the assistant refuses to sit around, waiting for prompts. It joins your Zoom or Meet call on its own, starts transcribing absolutely everything in real time, and then hears the kicker acts on things the moment they pop up. Somebody mumbles, "We should turn that into a Jira ticket." And before they finish the sentence, ProActor has already created the card, assigned it, and dropped the summary in chat. It's doing this because it doesn't rely on short-term memory like the old-school note-takers we've all tried. Their architecture pushes what they call global context perception. That means it remembers what was decided last month, who promised what, which action items were actually finished, and even the reasoning that led to a choice. If you reference the migration plan from last quarter, ProActor instantly surfaces the document, reminds the team that 2 follow-ups are still open, and nudges the relevant people without anyone requesting it. Under the hood, they highlight 3 pillars. Context-aware processing, so it always knows historical background, a memory stack that spans multiple sessions, and real-time action. You see it during a developer stand-up. ProActor labels every speaker, inserts timestamps, and as soon as the back-end engineer mentions, "We need another load test," a separate channel lights up with a test plan template already half-filled. The vibe is less Siri for meetings and more second brain that behaves like a teammate. They keep hammering the point that proactivity saves you from the graveyard of forgotten AI summaries. Instead of a wall of text hitting your inbox after the call, you get continuous nudges and bite-sized insights. While the meeting is still live, so tasks aren't lost to memory drift. And yeah, you can still chat with it offline. It stores all that cross-meeting context in a searchable knowledge base. So weeks later, you can ask, "Did we ever pick a vendor for the new seat?" and get the answer with the original justification attached. The marketing around this is clearly leaning on FOMO, fear of missing out. Their landing page practically shouts, "Join the waitlist now," promising that it will lead every conversation, not follow. They even toss in quick-fire examples, sales reps getting real-time cards with personalized questions, recruiters seeing auto-generated comparisons between a candidate's responses and the job requirements, journalists fact-checking on the fly, and students in lectures gaining instant resource links while the professor is mid-sentence. They dress it up as the #1 proactive AI teammate and insist it'll shave off post-meeting busy work by dropping fully formatted follow-up emails into your drafts folder the second you hang up. Whether the real product always lives up to that hype is something we'll have to test, but the ambition is unmistakable. Now off that buzz, let's hit the corporate drama. OpenAI's Sam Altman just confirmed what had already been floating around as rumor. Meta, under Mark Zuckerberg, has been blitzing OpenAI engineers with 9-figure offers. Yeah, 9 figures. We're talking signing packages north of $100 million. Altman said it on a podcast chat with his brother Jack, and he sounded equal parts amused and proud. Because according to him, none of OpenAI's top talent has jumped ship yet. Meta's fishing for people to staff its brand new superintelligence team, led by former Scale AI CEO Alexander Wang. Remember, Scale AI got scooped up by Meta for roughly $14.3 billion. so Zuckerberg clearly isn't shy about spending. Yet despite the $100 million carrots, Altman claims OpenAI employees still believe in the mission and probably think the equity upside looks brighter where they are. He even hinted that Meta's focus on raw compensation instead of a shared AGI artificial general intelligence vision might undercut culture in the long run. All right now, since AI voiceovers keep coming up in the comments, here's something you'll want to check out. It's called Podcastle, and they're sponsoring today's video. High-quality AI voices are hard to come by, but Podcastle makes it surprisingly easy. With a library of over 1,000 lifelike voice options, you get everything: intense narrators, hype-driven motivators, anime-style characters, smooth, relaxed storytellers.
Voice switching instant, and the realism is seriously next level. The best part, it costs about 4 times less than most tools, offering similar voice quality.
On top of that, you can clone your own voice and use it seamlessly across podcasts, videos, audiobooks, or any other project you're working on. Plus, if you're building tools or workflows, they've got a brand new async API that lets you plug their voice tech directly into your own platform. So yeah, huge voice library, instant switching, budget-friendly, super flexible. You can try it out right now at... All right, back to the OpenAI meta drama. The headhunting hasn't been subtle. Reports say Meta aimed at lead researcher Noam Brown and Google Brain veteran Korore Kavukulu plus others, but they all turned the offers down. Meanwhile, the talent merry-go-round in AI is spinning all over. Anthropic already lured OpenAI co-founder John Schulman. DeepMind folks keep scattering. And each lab talks up their path to safe superintelligence to convince engineers they're on the right team. The takeaway: the gold rush vibe in AI recruiting just escalated again, when a signing bonus alone hits $100 million. You know the company's betting its future on winning these people. All right, let's pivot from Silicon Valley paychecks to the streets, or rather, the screens of China's live commerce megaverse, because what BU pulled off last weekend is jaw-dropping. Luo Yonghao, one of China's celebrity streamers, hosted a 6-hour sales marathon, pushing 133 different products from premium Baiju to everyday gadgets, and clocked over 13 million live viewers. But Luo himself was off somewhere else, sipping tea. The entire show was run by an AI-generated digital twin built with BU's Ernie Stack. The avatar copied his voice inflections, his trademark jokes, subtle facial tics, even the habit of tapping the table while making a point. He and an equally synthetic co-host volleyed banter back and forth, responded to chat, and kept the flow going. For 6 hours straight. No flubs, no dry throat, no lighting complaints, and in that window they racked up more than 55 million yuan in sales, around $7.5 million USD, beating Luo's own real-life performance from a month earlier, in just 26 minutes. BU says this isn't a cute one-off. Over 100,000 digital humans are already on the air across the country, slicing broadcasting costs by more than 80% and bumping average transaction volume up 62% for the e-commerce shops that use them. Because an avatar never sleeps, a store can run a 24-hour carousel with perfect brand consistency. Swap outfits or accents on demand. Analysts note the Chinese live commerce market exploded from $61 billion in 2019 to roughly $695 billion in 2023, and AI is poised to push the curve even steeper. BU's own UCN platform claims a 200% jump in gross merchandise value last year, with digital human streams growing 11-fold. Luo actually went on Weibo afterward, admitting the avatar's sales power shocked him. He joked he felt dizzy watching a robot replicate his style so well, though he might also be eyeing royalty checks. There is still that trust gap many shoppers say they buy because they connect to the human host's authenticity. But the quality of these avatars is getting so good, you need frame-by-frame scrutiny to spot the occasional giveaway like the scripted beer sip with zero throat movement. Give it another upgrade cycle and that quirk will vanish. Once consumers accept that a digital host can be endorsed by the real person and still deliver value, the economics are hard to resist. Brands reduce payroll, never worry about sick days, and can script compliance, perfect messaging in real time. Finally, let's jump to the fresh model flexing on the video generation charts, Miniax's Haluo02. If you follow the artificial analysis video arena leaderboard, you probably noticed a mysterious model called Kangaroo rocketing up the ELO scores. Turns out that was Haluo02, under a code name. As of this week, it sits in second place worldwide with an ELO north of 1,300, sandwiched between ByteDance's Kant's 1.0 at the top and Google's V3 just behind. The standout spec native 1080 pixel output, which few open commercial models hit cleanly right now. Clip duration lands in the 6 to 10 second zone, perfect for social teasers, cinematic transitions, or quick establishing shots in a longer edit. The motion, unusually stable. Pans, dolly moves, even acrobatic physics are handled. Without that jittery puppet, feel older diffusion models sometimes produce. Miniax builds this on a diffusion-based transformer backbone reminiscent of DIT, but tweaked for filmic bursts. They support text-to-video, image-to-video, and a subject reference mode labeled S2V, where you feed a photo of an object or character and then direct the camera around it. Inside interfaces like focal or video tube, you can type something as casual as a dragon flying past a misty mountain, camera tracking below, and Haluo02 usually nails the shot. In one go, no prompt engineering jungle required. On the workflow side, they offer director presets. You can say pan right, tilt down, or push in pedestal up, and the model obeys with respectable spatial continuity between frames. Now, when scenes get very complex, lava, rivers, thunderstorms, flocks of birds, textures may warp, or backgrounds ripple, though the motion stays coherent. Still for short, punchy footage, the quality-to-cost ratio is apparently record-breaking. According to Miniax, early users on App Store and Google Play are leaving sky-high ratings averaging around 4.8 to 4.9 stars. Focal Zone blog calls it the model you choose when you need momentum. Scenes that move feel alive. Miniax isn't a household name yet outside Asia, but it's a Shanghai startup founded in 2021 by SenseTime folks, backed by both Alibaba and Tencent. They've rolled out an entire Haluo suite, earlier Video 01 versions, speech and multimodal LLM branches, and they've been releasing upgrades in daily bursts all week under the hashtag #MiniaxWeek. The 02 release specifically touts best-in-class instruction following and native 1080 pixel output, which places it ahead of Google's VO3 in both resolution and cost efficiency. Long-form generation, of course, is the next arms race. ByteDance's Kant's still leads the board, but Haluo's jump shows just how quickly that position can shift. All right, now be honest. Would you trust an AI clone to sell products better than a real person? Or is that where we finally cross the line?
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to DT Synapse 0 for more exciting content.